About 2 months ago, DJI dropped this, the Mic 3, and I purposely held off with my review on it as I really wanted to kind of use it a little bit more, gather more impressions, and focus on the important parts that you guys need to know if you're looking to upgrade your audio. And of course, I used the Mic 3 for the intro of today's video with the BMW M5 F90 competition, by the way, which is an absolute monster, and want to thank the owner of the M5, Bobby, for being so generous with his time and for helping me create this video that I'm super happy with. So let's start with the basics first. The Mic 3 is a dual transmitter wireless microphone system which is made for creators who want plug-and-play professional sound. So we have 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and of course the charging case. What's cool is that the DJI took the Mic 2, which I'm currently using by the way to showcase the Mic 3, and really upgraded the new system with its latest features and improvements so it can really make a big difference if you're coming from the 2 to the 3. So on the exterior, the most notable thing that you will notice straight away when you take a look at the Mic 3 is the size. Now, the size is a lot smaller than the Mic 2, and it's actually the same size as the Mic Mini. So we have a lot more compact and portable mic that is a lot easier to hide, so it's not visible when you use it. But because of that, DJI has sacrificed a few very notable features that we have on the Mic 2. One of them is the lack of support for lavalier mics. So if you want to use this, you can just use it as it is without connecting an additional lavalier mic, which for some creatives is a really big no-no. And the other major thing that we are losing here on this mic is the lack of USB-C port, which helps you to connect directly this microphone and its internal memory and access it to your computer. Now you cannot do that. If you want to connect to the internal memory of this microphone, you have to put it in the case, and you have to use the USB-C port on the case to access both internal storages of both devices here at the same time. However, those are my 2 biggest gripes with this microphone. Anything else that we are focusing on from now on is kind of like a positive and new feature, new thing that I'm really happy with. So first of all, we have 32-bit float recording, which is a huge thing. It's kind of like RAW photos, but in terms of audio. So you have a lot more information, a lot more data that you're recording on the microphone at all times. And that makes it almost impossible to have your audio peaking. So you can scream very loud to your microphone or you can whisper to it and it will still have a really nice gain and really nice balanced sound that won't peak and won't make your audio sound crappy. One thing I have to say, while still talking about the gain of this microphone, of the Mic 3, is the fact that it's a little bit low when connecting it to my Sony ZV-E1. So you have to kind of adjust the gain a little bit because straight out of the box it's a little bit too low. Next, we have improved noise handling. So the Mic 3 has this new system of detecting the amount of noise around you, and it decides by itself kind of how to use this information to give you the best sound possible. So you have noise reduction with a couple of different levels. Personally, I am not a big fan of noise reduction from the mic itself, not only from this one, but in microphones in general. I just prefer to add my own noise reduction later in post. DaVinci Resolve has a very, very nice way of adding noise reduction and applying it to your audio. So I don't really use that much. We have a massively improved range up to 250 meters, which to be fair, I never use unless I'm shooting car rollers where one car might fall back a little bit and then that range really plays a big role. But other than that, the range between the transmitter and the receiver has always been rock solid, and the signal strength has always been really, really nice. It's good to have a little bit more stability in the signal strength, so that's always a welcome thing. And of course, just like any other DJI mic, everything is magnetic, everything just snaps on, but now the magnets are a little bit stronger, and we have, even without adding the additional magnet on the back, we have this little clip-on magnetic clip that you can rotate. So whichever way you want the microphone to point at, you can easily twist and adjust, and it stays there locked in place. And of course, the biggest thing about this microphone is the fact that it's magnetic. So you can put it anywhere pretty much. And with this built-in clip, you can clip it to anything that you like. So you have a lot of mounting possibilities, and that makes it so easy to attach it to anything magnetic, to cars, to little objects, to your clothing, to your shirt, to your jacket. So many different options to capture nice audio. And of course, if you want, you can use the microphone as it is, standalone, without connecting it to the receiver. So just use the transmitter as it is, and it uses the built-in memory of the microphone, so you don't really have to connect it to anything. You can just put it anywhere and start recording and gather those ambient sounds or engine sounds or whatever it might be that you're interested in recording. The way I have decided to use my microphones is I have one dark wind muff here and one light wind muff. So depending on what clothing I'm using, I pick between those two. And I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that we have such bright, bold letters here, DJI. They're quite visible. If you put it on your shirt, it will be very visible with the way that the DJI logo sits. So the way I have mitigated this problem a little bit is I went over the white letters with a black marker. So the bold DJI letters in white are not that visible. If I put it here on my shirt, it's not as visible as it was before. Now, something else that I would highly encourage you to check out if you're a creator like myself and you're using a Sony camera is the Sony camera adapter for the DJI Mic 3. This is a little attachment that connects to your Sony camera's hot shoe mount, and it allows you to connect to your microphone completely wirelessly. So your camera will recognize the fact that you're attaching a microphone adapter, and you won't have to connect any additional wires to connect your microphone straight to your camera. So whenever you're shooting audio, it will be recorded straight to your footage on top of it, just like any other built-in microphone, but wirelessly. So like you saw from the intro of today's video, I have been using this microphone a lot to capture car sounds, engine sounds, intake sounds from the front, exhaust sounds from the back. And since these microphones are so easy to attach to pretty much anything, it makes it so easy to capture those real sounds as opposed to looking for those sound effects and car noises online on websites that have those sound effects. It's really convenient to record them yourself. That way they are very true to life and they actually work super well with your footage in your edit afterwards. So that's pretty much it from today's video. Let me know what do you think about the Mic 3, and also let me know what do you think about the intro video with the BMW M5 F90 competition. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching today's video. This is Mike from Drone Supremacy. Never stop flying, but also never stop recording good audio, because that really matters. And I'll see you in the next video very soon. Ciao.